In all my work, I try to portray the contradictions between the dreams. So on one side, it's very hopeful, very defiant, and on the other side, it's really desperate and hopeless. Hi, my name is Yan Wen Chang. I am a painter and we're in my studio in Guelph. My art explores this overarching idea of the immigrant dream. And when I talk about that, I'm not really talking about this monolithic experience. I'm just talking about what I went through. I'm working on a painting entitled Gillian's Game, which is part of my solo exhibition at Susan Hobbs Gallery, Toronto. This exhibition, entitled Gillian with a G, is the second of a two-part presentation to the first part that was entitled Gillian with a J. And so it's really this metaphor for good versus evil. And Gillian with a J was just the very beginnings of my explorations of how one person can carry multiple selves at all times. And so what's happening in the painting is that you have the two figures that look the same, so Gillian with a G and Gillian with a J, and they're running on the top of a very full car park. The car for me has always been such a specific motif in my work, and so a lot of my work always situates me in the front passenger seat of a car. And I think like the positions of where you sit in the car really is telling about your agency in the car as well. Like when you think about it, when you're sitting in the front passenger seat of the car, you have the same viewpoint and vantage point as a driver, but you're not really in control of the destination. You know, since living in Guelph, I usually see Dodge Chargers and Challengers, especially at night. So it's not just this observation of my surroundings, but also the symbolism and the history of the Dodge Charger. So we have that dichotomy of like really fun sports car. But then you have that really weighted political symbolism of police. And so it was important for me to really keep exploring contradiction. I've been very interested in Requiem for a Dream, Hubert Selby Jr.'s Last Exit to Brooklyn. And I think because they really are able to capture the brutalities of how life is after something devastating has happened in the world. And so by looking at those references, that intensity are big inspirations for me to create a similar tone in the exhibition. I've approached the figure in a stylistic way where it's very cartoony, you know, it's line work. Instead of a black outline, it's usually white, meaning that it's more of the spirit or the energy of a person moving through time and space. It was very important for me that if a viewer were to engage closely in the painting, they would understand that they are smiling, they are making contact with each other, they are engaged in some sort of game, and it's very childlike. I was really looking at Sylvia Plath's famous villanelle, Mad Girl's Love Song. And the specific line, I think I made you up inside my head, is me saying that I have come to terms with this dream versus reality. The you in the I think I made you up inside my head, the you is a doppelganger. The you is the multiple personas, the you is the dream. I think out of all the paintings in this exhibition, this has to be the most cinematic, and I think what I was trying to achieve with the spotlight and, you know, the rain at night, these are all environmental factors to up the drama of what is happening. So I used to just do paintings in gouache or paintings in oil. For a lot of the paintings now, I've been combining the two. The bulk of this painting is the application of paint to create this motion of rain and what it feels like to be caught in the thick of it. I've never really approached painting environments or worlds in my previous shows. Usually if I were trying to capture a sky or a night scene, it would be pretty much a solid black background. I think when I started painting this show, I was very, very nervous because I usually have things figured out, but for this show, you know, I'm figuring it out as I go. I've learned two things: that nothing is permanent, that I can always work on it more. Nothing needs to be done in one shot. It's very strange painting for me to make, to be quite honest. I was drawn or felt compelled to make a painting of joy. I really wouldn't say that I'm a quote-unquote joyful painter. Thinking about the difficulties and challenges that I've personally went through translocating to North America too, there were moments of joy. And I think painting a painting like this, which is a reminder for me of that joy and like how it feels like to be free, to feel really free. I hope when viewers, experience the exhibition for the first time, they'll understand a new part of me, honestly. I feel like I've been more sensitive to composition, to materiality, to everything. For me, this exhibition, I had to tune into a lot of things, be very sincere and be really real about the things that I was painting and also how I was painting it. And so yeah, I just feel proud that I was able to push myself in that way.